match begin. Get to the capture point and lock it down.
Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. I wanted to talk about Solaris on PSVR because I had an interesting couple of thoughts and exchanges on the topic. But I just wanted to say it's a really cool game. It looks amazing. You can tell here from the footage. It's got that awesome Tron vibe to it. I love the art style. I was slightly worried when I fired it up for the first time, thinking, okay, is this going to be a little bit too cramped conditions? Am I going to be running around a corner and face to face with one of the bad guys and, you know, surprised and startled? For those who don't know, the nice thing with this game is you're all the Tron blue guys and everybody on the opposite team are the evil Tron red guys. So if you happen to be on the other team, you're not shooting blue, you're still we look red to you, if that makes sense. Anyway, yeah, so I remember thinking to myself, is this going to be a game that I can really get into and enjoy? Because as much as I love running around in VR, and I'm playing a lot of Alvo lately, talk about that in a minute, I don't necessarily love running around a corner and suddenly being face to face with somebody. It's sort of, it's one of those VR legs things that I have never quite established. But I'm happy to report, yes, the game is a lot of fun, and jumping around a corner, being face to face with somebody doesn't happen too much. So as a little bit of a public service announcement, if you're also like me and you're not too thrilled with somebody getting really up and close into your face, entering your kind of personal space, Solaris in PSVR doesn't have that. Nothing to worry about there. But what there is to worry about is the rocky road it took to get this in PSVR, and does that equal any longevity of being able to play this game? I remember seeing the trailer for Solaris a couple of years ago. 2019 was when it was first advertised. And I have an aim controller that I really enjoy. I played a lot of Honor and Duty D-Day and other stuff. But I thought to myself, okay, well, is this going to be a game that I can get on board? And then when I saw that Tron art style, I was on board. I was like, yes, okay, this looks good. No zombies, nothing spooky. Nothing, you know, too bad. I think I can enjoy this one. So roll on late 2019, maybe even 2020. I mean, the game might be pushed back a little bit. And years went by. This game did come out on Oculus Quest, and it has middling reviews, the Quest version. And I thought to myself, oh no, it's not a very good game. Well, I mean, it's just been released. You know, it's about to come out for PSVR. Surely any issues that people have will be ironed out from the developers. It's from First Contact Entertainment. They do Firewall 0 Hour. They know what they're talking about. They are a very good VR developing company. So, you know, this stuff that people have an issue with the early release of Solaris on Quest, A, it's just been released, so they'll fix it, and B, PlayStation VR it's got a little more power under the hood, so it will look nicer, and any of these little middling things that people have issues with will also be ironed out for the PSVR version a month or two later. And 7 months went by, and I was like, really? Like, I had actually given up. I had Solaris on my list of upcoming titles I'm looking forward to. For 7 months, it sat there, and I was kind of like, I think I can take this off the list now. Like, there's been no sign of this game ever coming to PSVR, which is too bad because it has such an obvious aim controller connection. And again, First Contact Entertainment, they do Firewall for PSVR. Like, they are in the PSVR ecosystem already. They know how to use the aim controller. Where is the game? Why is it taking so long? What's happening? So I'd kind of taken it off the list. I was like, right, well, I guess it's a no-show. It's a dud. And this happens. You know, other titles have been announced and never quite came to fruition. And then I saw about a month ago, there was an announcement that it's coming out on physical disc. That was the news about Solaris on PSVR. And I thought, wait a minute. it's been dead in the water for like 6-7 months, and now suddenly, oh yeah, it's coming out on disc for PSVR. Does that mean the game is coming? Is it finally going to be announced or released? And it was. And it was kind of an interesting exchange for me. So now I don't normally like to post negative stuff online. I have done that in my earlier days in the online space, and I had it backfire on me. And also, the world doesn't need another person standing up and shouting and pointing at the screen yelling about life. So I'm not normally very negative online, but when I finally saw the announcement from First Contact Entertainment, hey everybody, we're releasing Solaris on PSVR in June, I did have to make a comment. I was just like, okay, I have to call these guys out. I mentioned here, I hate to say it, but Solaris will likely be dead on arrival. You shouldn't have taken a year to release it on PSVR. And that got a reply from Frank, PSVR Frank of the sort of yesteryear, who's now working for First Contact Entertainment. He had a reply that was kind of a zing against me. He said, "Thanks for your kind words. You seem fun." Now, that's okay. I am not getting my nose bent out of shape. You know, I called a negative comment and he zinged me back, and that's fine. Hey, whatever. I was happy enough to walk away at that point because at least the game is coming, but I really do think it took way too long for them to release it. But then somebody decided to continue to dig into it. The master of 007 said, "I love this comeback," from PSVR Frank. And I thought, okay, yeah, I'm probably best not to just... Well, I couldn't just let that go because, again, this is something that I felt very passionate about. So I said, with genuine humility, I said, hey, it is well-deserved, and well-deserved. I gave an unhappy opinion, and I got a valid reply to it. For what it's worth, I'm likely going to get Solaris anyway. Heck, we all need more fun aim games. It just feels a little too late, in my opinion. To which Frank himself then replied, and he was actually quite gracious about it, "At the end of the day, I just want everyone to have fun. I hope you do check it out, and I hope it puts a smile on your face." I think I saw the statistics the other day that over 60% of projects saw delays this past year. It's almost like there's something crazy going on. And yeah, that is a valid point. With COVID and all that kind of stuff pushing back development of a lot of things, yes, totally valid. I gave it a heart. Sure. Okay. That I will accept. It was... I didn't really need to have any... My negative comment was more me venting the wait that I had had for Solaris taking so long, and I didn't really expect Frank to make a comment on it, but regardless, you know what? The game is here. However, here is a raw capture from May the 22nd, the first Saturday that Solaris has come out in PSVR. And you have an idea here of how long it takes just to get into a match. The middle bar is it trying to find the match. Look at this. Alright, so maybe it takes a while for people to pick up the title, read reviews. People are doing their due diligence to make sure they're not picking up a lemon. So here I am 2 weeks later, Saturday, June the 5th. Yes, there are people joining, and we're running around waiting for a match to start because there aren't enough people in the lobby just yet. But we are running around waiting for the session to begin for quite a noticeable amount of time. It gives me a good opportunity to check out those nice Tron graphics and things, and I do like the environment. I really like what this game is doing, but I did end up waiting quite a long time to start the game.
Ah, pero para eso no es malo. Malo sería que estuviera fuera de la casa haciendo sin...
And here, in fairness, is last weekend, June the 12th, a Saturday. The game's been out for a while. I'm ready to play. And there are no players, or at least it took forever for my searching for a game to ever go anywhere. I just sat here for several minutes. This is exactly what I experienced here until eventually I canceled it. So yeah, it is a game that is a lot of fun when there's people playing it, but kind of as per my prediction, and not just mine, a lot of people in various forums online were saying this as well. It's kind of dead on the vine. This took too long to come out for PSVR. I'm also a little worried that we're seeing, now that E3 has just happened, there's a lot of similar titles that are getting announced for Quest and various other things for PC VR. Nothing for PSVR. It's going to take a while before it comes out for us. Dash Dash World has just been delayed again for more months. That was a game I was looking forward to, much like Solaris. Why are these games taking so long? What is the delay? Why is there this slow lag? I mean, this waiting for a game to start in Solaris is actually kind of emblematic of what's happening in PSVR in general. Why are we waiting for these games to be released? What's going on here? Anyway, so yeah, I just wanted to gripe a little bit, give off a little bit about my experience with Solaris. I am not unhappy that I got the game. When there are people playing, it's a hoot. It is only one mode. I mean, check reviews. This isn't a review of the game. It's only got the one mode, so maybe that's why people have tried it and then they've moved on to other things. But as a comparison, I also got Alvo, another aim controller game. There are people playing that constantly, and it was twice the price. So, take that for what it's worth. Anyway, a bit of a negative rant here, but I had to vent my frustration, talk about what my experience was with Solaris, and yeah, like Frank says, I guess I look like fun. Until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.